Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Phoenix Point. So we made an interesting discovery at the end of the last episode. Because of the way the game has chosen to scale difficulty, and the fact that the number and toughness of resource crates apparently does not change, it is just never worth going on another resource gaining mission, probably ever again. I suppose outside of the mist, maybe, but even then, we're seeing like 10 to 15 enemy units per mission. And since the enemy units can usually kill a resource crate with a single action, there's no way to save a crate unless it starts like inside of our initial group of troops at this point. They really need to figure out a better way of scaling difficulty than just throwing more enemies at the mission, or the factions need to invent better resource crates, or I don't know. Something needs to happen where there isn't a point after in the game where it's just like, well, I'm never going to do one of those missions again because there's no reason to. There's no benefit to me at all. I suppose there's still the benefit of XP, but at this point it really seems like just dumping people in a training facility is way better than trying to have them do stuff. So I guess we'll go ahead and explore this site in the hopes of getting an event that gives us materials for free, while we wait for this lair to upgrade to a citadel and become way easier to destroy. And we can have our Manticore 2 crew stop off over here and heal up. And then does everybody else have a thing that they're doing already? Tiamat's moving to there. Manticore 1 is getting us to a resource trade. These things all seem very sensible to me. And then we're going to use these resources mostly to just hire, I think, at this point. Although it takes a lot of resource trading to get together the 800 or something materials, 700 here, that it takes to hire new troops on. But I don't know that we have a lot else to do, really, on the map. We could go explore that, but it's an in the mist potential ambush, which could just kill this team, so and we could go check out the stuff that's not in the mist. Are we building a mist thing at Phoenix Aeronautics? I don't even know which of our 700 bases that is. Okay, so we should probably turn the power on now that we got the energy generator fixed here. We should probably install a living facility at this base, because every base should have both of those things, living quarters, so I guess that's what we're spending some materials on. And then this is also probably worth fixing. Okay. So I guess what Manticore 1 really needs to do is just go and find me a place to continue trading. I need to keep getting materials. How quickly do these places restock? Okay, we've got a restock there already, and I think at this point we can afford to trade off some tech. Let's just fly you back up here. Alright, here's hoping a big pile of materials that we don't have to fight anybody for. No hostile forces have been detected, but there are probably some resources we could use, like 70 food. Well, alright. Should have been more specific, I guess. I'm assuming Phoenix Alpha does have, living quarters, 2 medical bays. Fancy. Alright, you guys get over here and just living quarters it up real quick. And at this point, as far as objectives go, we're mostly just waiting for researches to finish, so alright, we got another mist repeller up, which is good. We're going to need just a huge number of those. Oh, right. This place has resources, not because resources regenerate quickly in the Havens, but because they would not trade with us before. Well, we could pick up another priest. That's a really cheap resource cost. Do you have some resources for us? Yeah. Okay. I would love to grab this soldier, but we may not be able to do that. Alright, let's fly around and do some trades, and then maybe hire on and move that person to the big training facility. So trade at this point. Yeah, it's probably still food, because we have food income. Let's get all of that and all of this. I kind of wish that we could, sorry, that's not what I wanted. Kind of wish we could set up trade routes, like especially inside of an area where you've successfully demisted. It would be neat if you could set up trade routes and have this thing happen automatically. Maybe you can. Alright, the crew of Manticore 2 is all rested up. Do we want to just go after that? We have precious little to do otherwise. Tiamat, okay, the Tiamat has almost arrived at Phoenix Transfer Point 1. Once we... Okay, we don't have living quarters here yet, but we do have a functional medical bay. There's also a training facility, which is great. And another training facility would be 250. Probably better doing a little bit of hiring. Probably. I guess that's a thing that Manticore 2 could be doing. It could be flying to other places where we could be exchanging resources. Yeah, that makes sense. We'll exchange resources around that thing. Right, you guys are cool. Just go ahead and keep leveling up. And healing. Mostly healing. Partially leveling up. But yeah, it seems like at this point we're mostly just doing trades and stuff. Food. Like, the hires require a lot of food, but we also make a lot of food very quickly. This is fine. So we're at 330, actually. It's only 431 to pick you up. I actually really want... I mean, like, priests are also good. You know what? Like, okay. Let's go ahead and hire this priest. And then we'll try to get you as well soon. So Phoenix Storage is the base where we built the multiple training facilities. No, it is not. Is that... That was Symes Memorial. Okay. So we need to transfer some soldiers. That's your job now. Let us drop off the Scarab for a minute here, I think. Just because this is going to be the least tedious way to move people around here. You get on the Manticore. There's not... Yeah, the only other person here is the Mutog, who probably doesn't want to get transferred. Okay, so we'll just fly you up to Symes. Engage you in some classes, some shooting ranges and whatnot. Alright, and we'll make these trades, and then we're going to have to probably wait a little while before we can recruit again, just because we need to wait for food to generate. So, in the meantime... Well, we could trade tech for materials here. Yeah, that's totally worth doing. Maybe I could get that... There we go. Get that tooltip to go away. Alright, good to have a supply. Is there another place around here? Here's a place where we could do both resource trades. And they have 213. Yeah, I'll take that. Still a lair. Okay, here we want to drop off... sorry, from Manticore 1, we want to drop off you. Manticore 1 goes back to the other base. Geez. Symes, I guess.
Construction complete.
So, Symes is now, like, totally defensible. In addition to being a good place to train people. We will be able to hold out at Symes if enemies should arise. Alright, and this should give us a hold of supplies that will last for a while. He is never going to upgrade. Is my tech getting low enough that I want to stop doing this for a while? Maybe. It might be a good idea to chill out for a bit here. So I guess we could just go and explore random stuff. How is the crew of Manticore of Tiamat 3 doing? Okay. All healed up. And the living quarters are still 10 hours away from construction. I think we can have them fly around and explore the sites down here. Get our Scarab back in the thing. Do we want to try out the Mutog? I'm curious about it, but also, like, the Scarab is so powerful. I think we're going to not. The Scarab is so powerful. Alright, maybe against my better judgment, I'm going to check this out.
The disciples of New Haven is under attack.
Andorans. Oof. 28 points, huh? Alright, well we're gonna let that wear down a little bit. But yeah, that'll be a reasonable source of materials. Guys, explore here. Let's try to keep an eye on this. At the new Jericho haven of Fort Valkyrie, our operatives are treated cautiously. Commander Krista Clark mentions previous dealings with the Phoenix Project. Upon further inquiry, he reveals that 2 Phoenix Project scientists were detained here due to being infected. Unfortunately, both are deceased. Apparently, these scientists, who never managed to make contact with Phoenix Point, and may have been unaware that the Phoenix Project even still existed, were conducting research in the area when they were infected. Commander Clark insists their research belongs to Fort Valkyrie. Well, I don't agree, but also, I don't, like... This is going to give us either tech, which we don't need, or research time, which is the only, like, bonus research progress, which is the only thing that we do need. So I'm going to demand that the research be shared with us. Oh, he gave us... Okay, he gave us the positions of the research. That'll have to do. Well, I guess let's go check them out. Okay, we've been ambushed. I suppose this was, always a possible downside. Threat level high, not extreme, and we're not in the mist. So, I'm hoping that we're going to actually be able to just get the job done here. It would be really nice if we... it'd be really nice if we could carry this out in a way that awarded us some good XP without losing anybody, obviously. I do feel like experience earned from battles is maybe a little bit too low. Or maybe it's like, maybe what the actual problem is, that it's XP earned per enemy you defeat in battle is too low. Because these big, ridiculous battles would be way more palatable if you at least got something for doing them. But it feels like a complete waste of time. Are these guys... What is that arm? I can't tell what that is. Okay, it is a pincer. That's both of them, right? Yeah. Okay. Not super happy about there being 7 Arthrons visible to us at the beginning of the battle, but at least they're all poison pincer Arthrons. I'm also not super happy about our troops having started in such a spread out way. I guess, though, like, there's a way that this makes sense, right? The idea of, like, our troops were fanning out and exploring this building. They had parked the armadillo just outside. Like, narratively, this is at least sensible. Do I want to just... I could drive right up to here, or really let them have it, and then this will probably also draw their attention quite a bit. The Arthron that I can see over here looks like they're all pincers. So remember, they still have poison. The poison is still deadly, but certainly a hell of a lot better than them all having grenade launchers. Oh, that alerted you, did it? Okay. A start. You do have quick shot, so probably it's like double quick aim this guy. I don't really love our damage output here. I still don't have a good sense of how awareness really works. Like, are these guys alerted to the presence of the armadillo, or are they alerted to us in general? You know?
Ready to engage.
I'm gonna start with the assumption, perhaps unsafe, that the other enemies around here are not aware of us, but man, that's pretty tough to feel secure about, honestly. Are you in cover at all? You're sort of in cover. Sort of want to just take pot shots and stack up poison on all of these enemies. Like this guy. Well, this guy's probably drawn by the armadillo. Maybe this guy is the optimal first target. It's just that the best part of it, the best shot I could take on him is very obstructed. And then we have a priest who I believe has no abilities, right? Yeah, a priest who is not yet actually ready for the big time. But who could get up here and fire a virus rifle that's not really going to accomplish anything. And then, of course, we got Fat T, who is also in a pretty rough position. So basically, we just got to like pick a wall and go to it, right? I'm inclined to go this way because this is where the armadillo is, and it can serve as a tank for us. You know, on account of it being a literal tank. So, alright, let's do some quick aims.
Aiming.
Try to hit the legs, but we'll shoot like here. Oh boy, shooting here guarantees a hit at least, but it's a hit for 90 damage. So I could just barely break his carapace. I don't know that helps all that much. I mean, I guess it's guaranteed damage. If we shoot for the leg, we have mischance. If we shoot here, we do not have mischance. All right, that's gonna have to be good enough. Oh, right, I forgot. He does, like, huge shock damage to enemies who are not facing him. That's actually interesting. Kind of makes me want to... Oh, never mind. I was going to say kind of makes me want to shoot at a different enemy, but I guess we don't actually have that option. Alright, well, that guy has 10,000 days on him. He is going nowhere. You desperately need to get inside. Can't tell exactly what the boundaries... Is it just this one square? It looks like it. So I might dash in, because I'll get... I hate that that's the distance I'm going to move with my dash, but I'm going to get the will back right away. I should probably have moved other people first. Not a high priority. Let's see, I could move to here and then quick aim. Mostly I was doing that to restore will to the other sniper. But yeah, we can move over to here and quick aim some dudes. I'd really love to be able to fire at a different enemy. Yeah, like here. Without exposing myself to the guys outside of the building on that side. Wow, look at your accuracy. You are such a better shot. I mean, the only place that it really helps to hit this guy is in the head. So I guess the leg will have to do. Leg and torso are equally armored. There was a very small mischance there, but I think obviously I was comfortable with it. You should probably get to cover in the hopes of... I mean, they're poison spit. I don't really have a good sense of the accuracy of it. It's possible that him being in cover is not even really going to be helpful. I move back to here. I'm feeding even more will back to these guys, which I like. Yeah, I wish I had a better sense of the accuracy of that poison attack. Alright, we're going to have you run up to this cover, and we're going to do some armor breaks.
On the move. Yeah.
Armor break with your shotgun pistol. Let's hit this dude. Alright. And then I think I'm going to do it again. Because he's going to get fed some will at the beginning of the turn from our priest here. Okay. Lots of good armor reduction. So now... did I manage to not reduce the armor of his huge... I guess I didn't get the torso, I did get the carapace. Okay. I mean, just kind of like aim center. We have this is the virus rifle, right? So it'll reduce his will potentially. We might be able to get something done. And 40 damage to the leg. That's not nothing. This guy is all debuffed, though. He still has... Oh, man. It might be the case that they spawn with too much will. I'm trusting that the dazed guy is not really going to be a problem for us. I hit him in the carapace. I mean, that's fine. I think you're good where you are. You have... Oh, you have a tiny fraction of a point left. I mean, hold on a second. That's right, I can't even see what his accuracy looks like if he doesn't have the, if he doesn't have the action points. I'm not gonna take the quick aim pistol shot, I think. That just leaves you. This guy's probably dead without much help. With that poison. Try to get you with the other 2 shots in the mag. We're so much more likely to hit this guy, though. Okay, stack up 80 poison on him. That's going to do a meaningful amount of damage over the course of the thing. Then we'll just reload. There's an interesting balance on the crossbow. He wasn't alerted to us before. That's awfully bad luck for us then, that he just happened to run directly toward us. So we got some good dazes off. Again, another enemy who was not officially alerted, but definitely behaves like he was alerted, because he was absolutely. Okay, so he should be very killable. The armadillo's in a great position here to just fire twice. So let's start with that. Go ahead and drop this dude. Okay, good enough. And then you have 30 poison on you, so I need to get 30 additional damage. It's not impossible that we could do that here. It would be awfully nice. Okay, cool. So you have no damage effects. You're going to go to 180 next turn. If we can't kill you this turn, you probably have a maximum of 1 turn remaining. It's pretty good odds. So we do have Warcry. I could take advantage of a Warcry. Probably want to fall back a little bit more before we do it. This does 150 damage and inflicts a 30-point bleed. I think this is lethal, right? It did not inflict a 30-point bleed, but it did damage his torso badly, which inflicted a bleed. Do I misunderstand the notation here? Bleed 30. So it disabled the torso, which caused a 10-point bleed, and then it also put 10 extra points of bleeding on him? Is not what I was expecting it to do. Do I have access to a shot in a place that's not heavily armored? Because I need to get him for 40, right? Bullseye. Okay, that's lethal. Yes, he's at 90 with 70 poison and 20 bleed. Alright. So then I can try to move to a position for a Warcry with my last action point or something. Before I do that, let's see what the turn looks like. What kind of grenade do you have? It is an acid grenade. I should probably have had the fire grenade in my active hand. Yeah, I mean, we can put the acid up. It's not going to have any effect, though, because acid kind of doesn't have any effect. We could have Ted throw a grenade here.
Let's see now.
Yeah, that's okay. We still have this guy to worry about, too, which is not, like, that's not a resolved problem. I'm going to go ahead and do this. See if we can strip some armor, remove some obstructions. Okay, it's alright. Then I think I might just deploy a decoy and fall back a little bit rather than shooting anything. I wish I could run further. So I'm trying to select you. Okay. So we have enough will for double quick aim. We can get this dude's leg. I could definitely take his arm. And then we could just put a round into his leg. I probably don't want to just sit here, though. Well, let's start with the arm. I think taking his arm is a good idea.
Ready to engage.
That's going to mean he definitely poison spits, which is annoying. Hold on, is there any universe where he sticks his head out from behind that shield? Pretty decent odds on that headshot, and it's a big hit if you hit it. Ah. The headshot was like 70%. It was the entire inner circle plus a significant portion of the outer circle. Odds were very, very good. Let's see, I could just do this thing. We could just try to shoot you a bunch. You only get to fire 3 shots no matter how we do this, so I guess it doesn't really hurt us to have you step to the side and try to find a shot on one of those guys. I mean, obviously I don't love shooting at this dude, because probably there's reasonable odds that all he does is attack the armadillo. The spider drone's tough because I don't feel like I know what it's going to do. It's not going to act until the beginning of our next round, so a lot of its play is going to depend on how much these guys move during their turn, which is going to be, you know, not none, certainly. I know, standing adjacent to the red barrels, but I'm just thinking, I'm pretty sure that the enemies are not going to be able to do very much attacking if I Warcry them, and also they don't have any ranged weapons. So maybe standing next to the barrels is fine? And if this gets me a Warcry that hits all 3 of these guys, it's a big deal. In fact, I wonder if we could, so let's see, 10 tiles, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Or alternately, like here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh. This might get all 4 of the surviving enemies. I'm gonna try it. Hold on, you. No, in fact, it's getting neither of those guys, despite the fact that... that's a shame. That's a pretty big shame. Well, gotta do it. Doesn't actually have 10 range, it turns out. Okay, well, we can try to control this guy to some degree with another decoy. Like, maybe the move is step to here so you have a better shot around the corner. Or back at those guys. Decoy here to try to draw that guy's attention. And then just take 2 crossbow shots. I'm assuming that if the bolt hits the shield, I don't get the poison. If you're wondering why I'm aiming the way I'm aiming. Because the shield is not biological. Okay, and then we have, like, you could take a pistol shot before moving if I wanted. Because we could quick aim this. I think probably we just fall back to this angle so that we have a better shot on this dude when he comes around the wall, which I have to imagine he's going to do. And you're still stealthed, so, like, everything's fine. And you probably... I mean, we could just try to plink at him with this, but maybe it's better I just move back here or something. It's really hard to know what that guy's going to do or what exactly he's aware of. I'm going to fall back to here.
Go.
And I think I've done this in such a way that everybody's getting bonus will points back from underdog, so that's also good. Do you have a different grenade in your bag? Yeah, you totally do. You have a sonic grenade and also an incendiary. Let's try the incendiary grenade. We haven't had an opportunity to play with these yet. Can't hit that toss? Is it? Ah, I think it's the roof is a problem. Actually, really hard to find a place where he can throw the grenade. Alright, well, if we took a step or two forward, threw the grenade, and then took a step back behind the wall, or, like, I really want to try to make this work. We have the decoys out. I'm gonna rely on the decoys a little bit here. Try throwing it to right there. Okay. So, how does burning damage differ from the other stuff? Applied to each body part at the start of the turn, subtracting armor. Oh wait, is it actually going to be 40 points to each body part? Because if so, doesn't that make it strictly better than acid? Okay, a couple enemies down. Seems like it might be very good. Enemy spotted. Okay. So these are the guys who didn't really have any action points. You are distracted by the decoy, which is great. Interesting that he didn't choose to put his shield down in the direction of the decoy, though. Okay, that's awesome. Any amount of distraction we can get out of the armadillo is great. Oh, hey, that's a guy we didn't know about before. Alright, really, really good work from the decoys. Oh, this one has no carapace armor left. Right. Well, yeah, just get him then. Okay, so he's dead. And then... So yeah, they carry the fire with them out of the fire zone, and...
Here.
Maybe there's something I'm not understanding about acid, but it really doesn't seem like... Seems like acid's way worse than a lot of the other options you have. Okay, what do we want to do now? God, I love this free will point head. It's so good. Let's see, you have... It's not 100% clear to me how the fire damage is distributed everywhere. Oh, okay. This says subtracting armor, but it doesn't mean that the way it sounds. It's not damage that subtracts armor. It's damage from which armor is subtracted. That's how it's not just better than acid. It's actually doing a different thing that was worded not very well. So, like, at the beginning of his turn, his arm is going to take 20 damage, because it's 40, subtracting this 20. And it doesn't come out of his actual HP, it's just doing damage to the body parts, I think. So this guy's going to go down to 111 at the beginning of his turn. Right now. We can definitely kill him. Just a matter of how many more of them I can remove. And we've created for ourselves a sort of a no enemy zone on this side, which is really nice. So let's see. You don't really have a play except drive over here and prepare to shoot at some enemies. And we want to drive, like, actually in, because the accuracy on this thing is terrible, terrible garbage. It does feel a little silly that you can't just command it to drive over the Arthron.
What's our move?
So let's see. If we can kill this guy this turn, we probably soften this guy up. A lot of his body parts are pretty damaged. What's my shot look like here? I could get his... This is the pincer arm? Hold on, which arm is which? I thought the right arm was... Yeah, the right arm's the... or his left arm's the shield arm. It's just drawn really weirdly. But okay, I can knock his shield off. Not super relevant. I wish I had a few more will points. I'd love to do another armor... like an armor break... acid shotgun thing here. I could also just run up to him and give him the blade. The danger with that is that it doesn't leave me with a lot of places to run to afterward. I drove this vehicle up. I should have driven it to here so that I had an escape angle. Gosh, I can't wait until you have your second level. I can give you like just the basics of some kind of strategy for actually dealing with enemies. Alright, I think we have to use some of the snipers to clear out these two guys. You're not stealthed anymore. And it does take an action point to deploy the decoy.
Preparing to fire.
Well, we could have you just torso this dude. No, I would shoot his arm or something, right? Where's he least armored? I think it's that arm. So yeah, I would just shoot him in the arm. And that drops him beneath the survival threshold. He's going to take 80 damage, which would actually be 90 damage after this. Yeah. I'm going to quick aim that, because I want to, afterward, deploy a decoy and also still move. Okay, he's mega dead. And then we're going to decoy out here, I think. Because I would love it if this sniper could just stand and work. This guy's got to get... Probably that guy's got to get double quick aimed this turn.
Target hit.
This still feels really cool. Every single time I get to do it, where we get to use a sharpshooter to just, like, pick pieces off of the enemy. I think this game definitely has some problems, more on the strategical design layer than the tactical design layer, but this aiming and body part disabling system, I think, is, like, a triumph. Alright, let's talk about this guy. Let's see if we can get enough damage on him to make him die. So we brought one more mag. This is going really well for this this particular crew. Just really load him up with damage. And then... yeah, I'm going to move to here and I'm going to thwack him one and we're going to see where that leaves us. Wow. Arm just clean off. That was the pincer arm too. That's one of the better arms. He is now just above the death threshold, so why don't we make sure? Okay, I managed to miss his leg entirely and hit the arm instead. I think that's an artifact of how high up the gun was. That puts him on... yep, lethal. Okay. I will say, I feel like it's a little bit of a balance issue and something they really ought to try to fix. That kills that happen during the enemy turn don't award will points, because that really makes some strategies that are already kind of weak quite a bit weaker. The immediate refund of will points to soldiers for getting actual normal kills is such a big deal. Boy, this is going to do nothing at all, huh? Well, I guess he'll take some damage here. Just trying to contribute. And then you can... again, just trying to, like, not be a super attractive target for that guy. You're dead, you have no weapons, and you're dead. So yeah, it's totally safe to
Hope this
just like
works.
reposition to here. But honestly, I might not have needed a quick shot for him. You are also good. Okay, actually, he did get 2 will points there. Oh, I thought you were dead. Didn't you have 10 health? I think that guy just bled from 10 to 10. Hopefully the decoy is as effective as I'm hoping. Yeah, maybe I'm wrong. It looked like our infiltrator did get will back when his poison killed that guy, maybe. He definitely got 2 will. I'm not 100% sure what it was from. Okay, so you're at 10 and you're bleeding for 10. Again, I'm gonna trust that you're gonna actually die here. I'm gonna instead shoot. Wait, hold on. Where'd the guy end up? Okay, shooting that wall doesn't do anything. I was gonna say let's hack down some cover here, but you know what? Let's just go ahead and kill some enemies. Make sure we get our XP. So, how much health do you have left? 110. Probably too much for me to get this kill. I guess the only dude we don't really have a plan for is this guy. How's his will doing with all of his teammates dead? He has 12 still?
I'm ready. Ready to engage.
Too much. Too much, sadly.
Here.
Do I just take his pincer arm and bail? He still has his poison spitter then, but I don't know if there's a lot I could do about it. I guess this is the only unit that could do something about it, though. So I could, like, move out to here, and then I'm being told I will not have a shot. Move out to here and quick aim for the head. And then other people can probably find a shot on the arm. Yeah, like I can make that happen. Okay, let's do that. Because I'm fairly confident we can make this guy not able to attack anymore. And I know, we can just leave. We hit the evac timer, but I'm gonna kill all the enemies for XP. Because we need it very badly. Even though we don't get very much. Okay, so I think hold on, we'll come back to you. Let's get rid of that arm, and then we'll try this again. I think this should just work, right? Like, looking at the angle there, I think I should have a pretty clean... Yeah.
Target hit.
And now that he no longer has that pincer, this shot should be possible.
It worked.
Okay. So that's a problem solved. I'm gonna have the armadillo soften this guy up a little bit. Maybe not. Maybe I can't get... Maybe I won't be able to get any shots around that shield. Well, we can have lots of other people do this too. You probably can't realistically do any damage to him. You do a very small amount. I mean, I suppose do it. Worth noting, he is panicked. I'm just trying to get him to a place where I can kill him with a sword.
Advancing.
You don't often get to kill people with swords. Okay. What fun.
Moving to coordinates.
No XP to be had for you no matter what. So let's have you... Oh, wait. Is that a new enemy? That is a new enemy. One that we were completely unaware of. And who is completely unaware of us? Okay. Where is the evac anyway? I don't actually know how we're leaving. Okay, all the way in that corner. We will just not engage with that last guy, maybe. We'll probably try to pick him up with the snipers. That's probably the right move. Oh, there's another one. Maybe we'll just bail. Yeah, let's just leave. As much as I'm enjoying blow enemies uptime, it is probably smart for us to leave when once we are no longer in 100% control of the situation. Actually, you know what I should do is I should drive the armadillo over here because we have no idea. That's not what I wanted. We have no idea whether there are more enemies between us and the evac or not. I'm assuming no, because we started with enemies pretty far over here in this corner already visible. Uh-oh. Okay, more stuff's coming out of nowhere. I suppose, you know what, those enemies probably weren't on the map before. Those are probably edge spawns. So yeah, we'll clean this guy up and leave. Because yeah, it's going to spawn enemies at us nonstop. So right, we should bounce. I should take that seriously. Yeah, you reckon you might be able to hit him from over there? Seems unlikely. Interesting that this guy did actually nothing. Would not have been my call in his position.
This better work.
Let's see, you could do an awful lot of damage, but probably not actually get the kill. And you have to move. You have no will. So hold on. We can get that guy a dash.
Preparing to fire.
Here's what we need to do. We need to soften you up significantly. And then, honestly, I'm going to quick aim this so that I have more running AP.
Aiming.
Soften you up considerably. And then run. I don't exactly know where I want this guy to end up, because I definitely want him to end up in a position where he's feeding will to people to use movement abilities. Okay, so we've left him with so little health. The pistol shot in the leg is lethal, and that will give me... Actually, that probably will not give me dash, will it? It's not enough. Oh well, take it anyway. Mindfragger is a concern.
On the double.
Those things are fast, and they actually have considerable range to their little jump. Very unlikely that we get it. And we don't have a lot of conventional fire until you hit it kind of weapons in this team, unfortunately. I might deploy a spider drone for the purpose of dealing with that thing. Let's hope that works the way I want it to. And then you just do your best to get out of there. I don't know that being behind cover really helps. I should probably just move as far as I can move. Yep, you are in full sprint mode.
Dashing ahead.
Let's hope we don't uncover any more enemies in this direction. That's pretty unfortunate. All of the cover. We could try to just shoot some of it down. But it's gonna make it real awkward for the armadillo to ride to everybody's rescue. I might actually just have the armadillo come around here and provide covering fire from this angle next turn. Yeah, that makes sense. Alright, and then I definitely want to make sure that we stay close enough. I might not even move again, honestly. I want to make sure that we stay close enough that we're providing both of the sharpshooters with will. Does this still do it? Yeah, they're both still in there. Because, like, what we're really trying to do is give dash to that guy, right? I'm gonna go ahead and throw something in my inventory here. That's a good use of our last action point, I think. Here's hoping the spider drone it's able to kill that mind fragger before it gets to us. If the mind fragger makes it all the way to us this turn, it could be a problem. Obviously, because I wouldn't want it spider droned in that case. And that thing just has a gun, which is also a concern. The only one of our enemies who has a traditional firearm. And I just know, like, we killed a bunch of enemies here, and it feels like we did good work. I just know I'm going to get to the XP screen, and it's going to be like, oh yeah, everybody who shot an Arthron got 12 extra XP. Aren't you glad you put forth the effort? No, that wall is important to me. Okay, that's very not good. Well, that wall's not so important. This is the wall that matters. What kind of gun does he have? Okay, it's just an Iron Fury. Could be a lot worse. Alright, you have exactly 4 points, which is awesome. So let's get you out to here. This guy's the... Oh, hold on. Before anybody does anything, this guy has to go. What's up with your will? Ah, your will is actually in a great spot. So, we step to here. We armor break him, and then we just really let him have it with all of the other stuff. Yeah, I think that's probably right. And I can war cry him as well, which feels like a pretty big deal. Minus 40 armor, really? Did all of that hit the carapace? It did indeed. Wow. That's a bummer. I think I'm probably better rolling closer and then shooting him. There we go. That looks pretty good. Alright, so now we should be able to pick him up really easily, even just doing this, right? Okay, that'll make our escape way more doable. Good teamwork. So I don't think we're, like, leaving actual covering fire for anybody. Although I could, I suppose... I could, like, move to here and armor break a shot in that direction with the amount of will that I have left. That would give me... That would give us the option of killing that guy as he approaches on our next turn. Everybody's going to be full sprint, aside from that. What does the shot on him actually look like? It's pretty bad. Odds are this doesn't accomplish much. But I'm going to do it just in case. Only one pellet made contact, huh? Okay, but it was with the carapace. Alright, I'm going to, like I said, full sprint, I think, with most of our people here. Ooh, sniper. Not as fast as I would like. Let's end up behind here. Makes me really nervous. I wish you were faster. So you dashing gives me this distance. What I'd really like is to get one of the sharpshooters, and it's obviously at this point it's going to be Pablo. get one of the sharpshooters out far enough that they can just provide cover fire next turn instead of moving without really breaking our escape. Okay, and then you, it would be best if you ended up... Yeah, here's perfect, actually. I was going to say someplace where you're feeding will to everybody. I feel pretty good about that. A very small amount of damage from the acid. We might be able to get an armadillo kill on that dude because his carapace is so de-armored. God, armor break's a good skill. Has he got a shot? He's going for it. Okay. Yeah, with that handgun, he doesn't have a ton to work with. He's doing a pretty good job of staying in cover. I don't think we're going to be able to escape this turn. I think we're going to need one more turn of movement before everybody's able to reach the exit. And my primary concern is you. You are my biggest problem right now. I guess I could have loaded you into the armadillo. Whatever. Next turn. Next turn, everything's good. So, could take a shot with somebody. It is probably the case that the only thing actually worth shooting at is the Mind Fragger if it was a little bit closer. I think we're probably all just in fallback mode here. Actually, you're so fast that you could just go ahead and shoot a spider drone. And still end up further back than the sharpshooter.
All set.
See you. Oh wow, you are, man, you're fast. Holy crap. What does a war cry look like? Only hits one. I'm honestly thinking about moving forward a little bit, war crying, and then running back from there. And I'm going to do it. Because this should hit... Yeah, what I really want to hit is the Mind Fragger. Just make absolutely sure. Okay, and then you actually make it to the evac zone this turn. That is not much movement for 4 action points. So you... Yeah, you just run. It's fine. Don't worry about abilities and stuff. You're so fast, you actually can just shoot without really compromising us. Doesn't make much sense to shoot at anybody except maybe this guy. Okay, that was something. And we're just going to leave him between the enemies and our guys. Okay, that's an easy escape next turn. Here's hoping that Spider Drone blows up something cool. And also hoping that XP for damage dealt by the Spider Drone is correctly awarded to the Infiltrator. So this dude's going to have a couple easy shots on the Armadillo. But if all he hits is the Armadillo, I'm fine with it. Oh, he chose to spend some of his action firing mist for some reason. Presumably they get buffs standing in the mist. Oh no, Spider Drone! You know, it didn't even cross my mind that they might just walk over to it and smash it. Probably should have. Alright, I think we're all cool to get out of here now, right? I had to say, as far as ambushes go, this one was very successful for us. And we're at a place where, after this, we can just fall back to that Phoenix base in Australia and probably be totally fine.
I'm ready. Right there.
Nope. This one. There we go. Oh. Do I not have to withdraw the Armadillo? I had always just assumed that was, okay, that was a fair amount of XP. Yeah, I had always just assumed we had to pull the armadillo out. If I had known that we could just leave it somewhere and it would be teleported home for us, that probably would have, I mean, it would have been nice that it probably would have led to me making different decisions, but also it's very silly that it works that way. It's like, that's obviously not the way that should happen. Yes, absolutely produce those. I know the item's already in the queue, but I won't, whatever. It's fine. We can make more of them whenever we want. We don't actually have to do that right now. Am I right about this base having a living quarters? No, not just... Well, probably by the time we get back. Yeah, let's go ahead and head back there. Alright, you know what? We're going to explore this, and it's probably going to turn into a fight, and that seems like a fine way to start the next episode. Or maybe it isn't, because maybe we should bail out of here and go save some lives. Ooh, yeah, if we don't get in the air right away, we're probably not going to be able to rescue Miriam Graham. In fact, even if we do get in the air right away. Well, that's a thing we can worry about at the beginning of next episode, because for the moment, we are out of time. Thank you all so much for watching. Come back next time when it looks like we will finish preparing for our moon mission, and maybe then we'll go to outer space. We'll see you then.